The Earth's defense force is crumbling. Swarms of aliens are attacking, and you are the galaxy's last hope. As Serious Sam, the ass-kicking hero from the developers Crow Team, you must save us all. I'm Wise Gamer, and this is my review of Serious Sam VR, The Last Hope. My first review on the HTC Vive, all in VR. Alright guys, Serious Sam VR, The Last Hope. This game just came out October 17th, so yesterday as of the time of recording. I'm hoping to get this up by the weekend after it releases, so probably within a few days here. A few disclosures. First of all, I have played plenty of Vive games and Oculus Rift games, a little bit of Gear VR, not any PSVR yet, so I have some experience with VR. Also, a disclosure is that Crow Team did give me this key for free. Almost all of the reviews I do, I get a copy of the game for free, whether it's a direct download or a Steam key, so I just wanted to say that, you know, up front, I had that, take it for what it's worth. It almost never, ever influences my decision. I say almost never because I'm sure there's some sort of bias that comes in there. Anyway, on to the review. So, being that I've played some VR games before, I saw Serious Sam VR, and the first thing I thought is great, another wave shooter. And really, at the very core, that's what it is. It's a very much the same type of thing that we've seen before in HTC Vive. It is a wave shooter where basically hordes of aliens, in this case, come at you. You have to kill them all, survive as long as you can. You can dodge projectiles as they come at you. You know, otherwise you're pretty much in a mostly standing position, even though they say it's room size. You can dodge, and I think on the hard difficulty you really do want to dodge, but at the end of the day it's basically a stand in place, almost even seated if you wanted to, and you're going to shoot aliens and have a lot of action. Now, that is a core mechanic of the game, however it is way more complex than that and way more intense than a lot of other VR games I played. The hard difficulty on here is absolutely insane. I only show like the first 3 levels on here on Earth. There are currently, I want to say 4 different planets available that you can play through, and each one you can play on easy, medium, or hard. Easy is ridiculously easy. Most of the gameplay you see is on normal for me, and then I bump up to hard, and hard is just brutal. I mean, there are so many enemies, and it's really insane. Basically, the game loop is that you play through a level, you collect credits by killing aliens, and then also there's like special care packages you'll see floating that give you health or, you know, more money for upgrades later, things like that. And as you do that, in between each level you have a shop, and you can buy different guns, you can refill your health, you can refill your ammo, and it's basically an arcade shooter where, if you think like Time Crisis or something like that, you can buy continues almost. You know, it's like, okay, well I died, I'm going to respawn, I'm going to go back to the shop with the money I had before the level started, I'll try a different configuration, maybe I'll get a chainsaw or a shotgun this time, because there was a lot more close quarter than I thought, and that way I can defend myself just in case. And in the game you basically start off picking your weapons, and then at any point you can actually hold down one of the trackpad buttons again, open up a little menu and pick a different weapon. Time slows down while you do this, but they still come at you, so there's a few points on hard where it's like last minute I switched over to the chainsaw and just mowed down a bunch of people real quick, and then I had to go back, and I mean hard, I can't survive it. I think I beat the first level on hard, and that was about it, and it's pretty intense. So, and what I mean by first level is like Earth is the first world and the first section of that, so yeah, again, there's 4 different planets, and I think each planet has 4 sections, maybe more. And really, it's a really well done game and a really fun mechanic. To be an arcade shooter, again, I've played these before, even though I haven't done a Vive review before. This one just seemed a little bit different to me. I really enjoyed the style. I like where it's at right now. It is in early access, and it is $31.99 on sale right now, and for a week after the release date, so I think till the 24th of October, and then it goes to full price, which is I believe $40, which I think is pretty pricey. But the good thing is Crow Team has said that they will not be raising the price at all as they continue to release features. So basically, what some developers do is they release a game in early access at a discount, and once it's at a full release or as they release more content, the price slowly climbs up to a full retail price. Their full retail is $40, regardless of what they add into it. And they've put that out there in different community discussions. They have a roadmap actually on the Steam page as well you can check out in the community area. And you can kind of see, you know, exactly what they're planning for everything, which is really nice. So overall, I mean, I think the game is really fun. It's crazy intense. I love the graphics and the gameplay. I mean, as you have guys running at you, especially with the headphones in, I mean, you can just hear them screaming at you as they run up, and, you know, basically you have to find out your strategy of not just what weapons you're going to use and managing, prioritizing targets, but each one actually has a weak point also. So at one point I'm going through and I'm just literally shooting one shot at a time, just very well aimed shots, and just headshot, 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 which happens to be the weak point on the enemies I was killing. And you can see when you hit a weak point because it'll say something like a +5 or +10, and those are like your bonus points that you get for extra money to spend on credits for upgrades and things like that. So it's really interesting how there's a nice variety of enemies, which is very pleasant. Very beautiful game world that's somewhat destructible with things like the palm trees blowing up. I like to shoot them because it actually clears space for being able to hit the aliens as they rush you. And I mean, really, I enjoyed the game loop a lot. I know some people are going to complain that it's just another wave shooter, but really, I think for Crow Team, published by Devolver Digital, this is one of our first bigger games. Serious Sam's a big franchise, and if you're into Serious Sam or Duke Nukem or any of those like kind of ridiculous, over-the-top shooters with lots of blood and gore and big guns, I mean, you see like the size of the chainsaw here, at some point, and I'll show you that gameplay too. If you like that type of stuff, you're going to enjoy this game. That's just the bottom line. You'll enjoy it. It's actually quite a workout. You have to pull the trigger. You can hold the triggers down to shoot. However, if you pull it yourself, you can actually shoot as fast as you pull the trigger, which means your finger dexterity will be tested, and you get your forearms a big workout trying to do that. That being said, it wasn't like crazy. Some people were talking about arms cramping and stuff. I think that they need to, maybe think about it a little bit more before they describe it that way, because it turns some people off. My arms aren't sore, but I am tired after playing for 15-20 minutes in one session, and another like half-hour session after that, a little bit longer here and there. So it's definitely a tiring game. So really, I mean, I talked about the gameplay some. The story is really simple. I mean, Sam is just humanity's last hope. He has to battle off Mental's relentless hordes of aliens as they come in and invade Earth, and then you have to defend the whole galaxy, so you jump to other planets too. Visually, again, the game is beautiful. I love how detailed it is. I mean, some of the other VR games that you get, they're very low polygon, just not very detailed by different indie developers because, they don't have the time or money to put into it, or they might not have the skill to put that into VR. I think that they did a great job here. There's a part where I'm looking down at the floor and there's actually like cigarette butts in the cracks, which is really cool. Audio-wise, again, I started touching on this earlier. I love it. I mean, it gets intense because I have noise-canceling headphones on. I can hear these guys running at me to the left and right. What's really funny is I actually have a fan that was blowing on me while I was playing the game, and this fan passed over me as someone was yelling on my left side, and it made me feel so much more immersed to where I felt like a guy was right there breathing on me almost, and it made me jump. I loved it. I mean, the gameplay is great. I love the sound of the guns, the enemy screaming at you, the way they blow up, and like you can kind of hear everything on the sound effects. It really brought it in well. Noise canceling headphones is the way to go. If you're playing your Vive through speakers only, you're wrong. So let's see. After that, I always talk about replayability too. Wave shooter, I mean, there's only so much you can get out of that. However, there is plans for some type of maybe a skill tree or maybe an upgrade tree that goes further than what we're doing right now in the gameplay with just weapon upgrades. So I know that's planned in the roadmap. To what extent, we don't know. There's supposed to be more planets planned and different mechanics introduced. But really, just trying to beat the game on hard to get, all 3 medals on each planet is crazy difficult. You got to beat it on hard on every subsection of each planet to get the medal. And I'm telling you, hard is difficult. You cannot mess up. It is insane. They just bombard you. I don't know how I'm supposed to do it by myself at all. Really, for drawbacks, some of the only things that I had is that it seems like the wave-based shooter thing is a little played out. We have a lot of games that did it. I'm sure Serious Sam was in development for a long time, so it's not like they could have really changed it or anything like that, and they shouldn't cater to that anyway. It would have been nice to see a bigger studio make it a better game. The other drawback is a price. $40 is a lot for a game. If you pick it up on a sale, go for it. We're going to have Christmas sales coming up here soon for Steam. But it's just still, it's crazy to pay $40 for a game right now where it's just a wave-based shooter in a 180-degree field. It's something we've seen before. It's not crazy in any way at all, but it is a fun game that I know I'm going to come back to, and my friends and I really enjoy watching each other like jump as someone comes up. There's some levels that are dark with like a flashlight on and things like that. So it's a drawback, but I still like the game, if that makes sense. So overall, I mean, I still would recommend this game if you aren't tired of wave-based shooters. If you go in with the mentality of this is just another wave-based shooter, I'm gonna hate it, you're probably not gonna like it. If you like the quirkiness of Serious Sam or Duke Nukem and that type of thing, you'll enjoy this game, I think. And then again, if you actually get into it, I mean, like when projectiles are flying at you, you can learn tricks to where like they're about to charge up. As they throw it at you, you duck down really low and they'll fly over your head. You can shoot the projectiles. Some of them are going to be invincible in the future. Right now, that's not the case, but I guess in the future patches, there are going to be some that you can't blow up. And, you know, I'm sure they'll discern them with a certain type of enemy or something, but variety of enemies, variety of level design, very beautiful level design and very detailed in my opinion with cigarette butts and cracks and everything like that. Great audio that brings in the immersion, and then a lot of big guns, which, I mean, come on, everyone loves the big guns like that, right? So really, that being said, if you don't mind spending $40 for a game, go for it. Wait for a sale otherwise, but I'd still recommend the game if you're not completely tired of wave-based shooters and you don't mind giving another one a chance. I think this is a lot of fun. It runs really well. I didn't have any hiccups on my machine at all. And really just overall a good VR experience. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the first HTC Vive review. Let me know in the comments how you like this. I plan to do some other things. I want to do some mixed reality things, which I'll explain in the video what that is. I want to start doing things where maybe I'm recording both my first person like you see here, plus have like a webcam on so you can see me walking around. I'm gonna get some green screens at some point here too. Let me know in the comments what you want to see, what you liked, what you don't like about it. I'm still gonna be doing indie game reviews as well. I'm just also gonna start bigging up with AAA developers now too, and AA developers, I guess. A lot of different publishers I've been working with. So that being said, guys, hope you enjoy. Lots of fun stuff to come. Glad I'm back doing reviews again, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye-bye.